How do you make sure that your grudges maybe with a specific organization do not influence the reporting and do not lead you to censoring specific organizations?
Thanks, God. Sorry, for that question. First of all, I'm not so much hands-on involved, at least not now, for the last couple of weeks, because I'm much more with the online radio, but that we're trying to split up, and it has a lot of work to be done. But I also have a lot of things that I do on the side. But of course, I do from time to time write in my name. Anything that I write, I put my name to it for the breach. And when I'm not interested in my reporting, sorry, in my, I only write commentary and analysis when I do. But the question of the party alliance, as I of trying to censor itself because it wants to prove to we're not accountable to anyone political party, and we're not going to explain ourselves to anyone. We want to be judged by our product. Look at the product. Do you see it's fair? Do you see it's sensible? Do you see that it's balanced? That's what we want to be. I mean, the political parties in Swaziland have their own party, their own. I mean, Swaziland Democratic News has a page. It's a Swalimo offshoot, and its main agenda. Its main agenda is to profile Swalimo, is to use Swalimo talking points, is to mobilize society. We never go there and ask them, when Swalimo come, that's their platform, they have a right to it. Now, we also don't want to be abused on the basis of our own support for our political parties, because even the political parties, they've got different factions. You can be used by different factions within your own political party. So you've got to shield it from those kinds of factions, because people are not stupid. People will see in the this is just a demo propaganda. We can see it. They don't even have to tell us. They're not stupid. They will look at the product and they will see. And if the product, they think, okay, we see this guys, but we think this product is fair. So from a policy point of view, we have the view that we do not explain ourselves to anyone, especially not to other political parties. Especially not to why did we do this or not do it. We're accountable to our readers, and I put this all the time to the managing editor, that we must be careful that this publication does not end up becoming a con for even the party itself, because the future democracy that we want must hold the government in question, in the new government accountable. Once you are too embedded in the political party, you will be swallowed in by factions. But also the issue of independence is quite interesting. It doesn't mean that because you are not you are a party person, you can't be independent. For example, COSATU is in alliance with the ANC, but COSATU is independent. It clashes with the ANC from time to time because the relationship is both complementary and also confrontational. So that's the kind of independence we avoid as much as possible over explaining ourselves to people who are not well intentioned in their questions.
Clarity in terms of lama statement that has a if Swalimo or MSF or if keep us statements, we see of public interest and utomele bese if wada ule so stage or the read ufuna kuba lokuthi lapho it acting lama exceptions because of the kinds of lendo of public interest in a way such that is Swaziland laws or in the breach it will tata statements ngabekisa say EFF South Africa or maybe social bank is suspect ngabekisa ufuna kuba lama exceptions ukuthi nini lapho kwa statements kumele isiforwardele Swaziland News or in the breach if I'm an organization.
Thank you. Then you'll respond to your two questions. Vuyiswa.
Right. Ngifuna ukubuza lapha ku-social news lapha Mr. ZweMart. I mean ngizawubeka ukuthi nangabe iphathi yabekisa is a statement noma bangasibo page labo they won't just rush and write about that. Wafetala ukuthi bona they wait for a formal engagement lapho khona leyo party siyabasendela leso statement. So ngifuna ukuthi kunala kuthiwa it's an investigative journalism lokuthi yona iyaplanning kanti because ngathi sometimes as media you have to go out and search for news. So now when usibonile statement lapha it's your role as a media ukuthi you can take a statement and then against the leadership of that certain party would say, hey, I've seen this, is it true? And then there's also the questionnaires about that, and then you publish a story. That is what I know. I'm going to and I think Mr. Zwela can clarify about the comrade.
Thank you.
Sure. Zweli, please start, then Nxumalo will come in.
Thank you. Ngiyabonga lo mbutho lenza ba ma statements kuba nemehluko because kumedia kuba nalo kuthiwa objectivity. Before ubhale story uhlala phansi ubuke ukuthi is it a promotional story or an investigative story? If ngiyokucoverisha angu investigate, I'm just pushing your without saying ufuna kuchaza even something and ufuna kuchaza through the platform yeswazile news. Ufuna ukuthi wena usende le statement but nangabe ngiya-investigate ngasithatha le statement lapha epagini lakho bese ngiyaziverifya kuwe ukuthi singiso yini uqale ukuthi wena singiso or else now uthi awusiso ngawusho because now ubhala story uyasho ukuthi ngathemba na story nathi nifunza nive ukuthi in a statement sent or in a kuyayilulata i-article ukuthi in a statement circulating on social media. Mina nje ngikuthanda lokho ama-stories ami ngizathi ama-stories ami kube divu leti authentic lenti investigative but nangabe all the time ulimata le story sami nangidawubhala mina ukuthi statement ngisithole ku social media shothi ngalamavisha mina ngithi veta ngiyi-journalist lebusa athi ndoda ku social media so usuku protect integrity yakho ukuthi lo muntu nangabe uthi niyasebenzisana akusendele statement akurecognize ukuthi wena we-media, here is a statement. Angafuni lo umcoshe ngemva ngathi so i-newsmaker wena you must just follow nakasende into epagini lakhe so yaqhamuka wena uyabuza bakhona phela baba ma-celebrity kube nje kube ngiyabekisa ubhale intro so tawucanga ukuthi because uposte ku-Facebook sema-news so kufuna lo muntu nayi-public figure nisebenzisana nima-journal akusendele statement athi journalist so and so here is a statement. Because once wamjwayeta ukuthi utaba uposta epagini lakho uchamuke wena solandzela ngemuva it's no longer news because abantu basibonile le statement so what's the point ukuthi bese uthi wena bhala le story because ema-news lo kuthiwe news it must be new in the eyes of the reader or the listener or the viewer isukela lapho le nto yokuthiwe bese kuthiwa these are news. So in the case where you are investigating and you want to support a certain allegation what's this? Statement. You conduct my investigations, uhlanganise evidence. Then, while investigating, we are paying online investigation. We are paying my statements, and those statements are verify now. Yeah, President, or Secretary General, so and so. Kuna statement lesise pagini leni lesikanje ngifuna kusikhode singiso yini athi yebo sikhishwe i-communication department so isebenza kanjalo le nothi ukuthi asikuthathe but it depends lokuthi we are investigator yini noma ubhala i-press statement just a story that is not investigative inhlangano noma inkampani ifuna kukhipha i-message tsite esiveni. So when you deal with people noma organizations you must make sure ukuthi lokwenda ku-organization A we are going to organization B. Because once our join, my politicians, what you need to understand is task. I can some celebrate. In the journalism, basically, I'm not for a bit in Zaba, dancing a bone and chenine, papla bit in Zaba, so, logo is a t-shirt, saying as my journalist, you must respect us, send a statement. Now I send a statement. Now I was seeing me, go to the investigate us, that's book at the page in Lago. Until you understand what each politics in the media, we are sabendisana. If you want to push a certain information to the public, send the statement. But if I want to investigate you, ngihamba ngiphenye ke ukuthi wapostana nga 2021 ngiphenye ukuthi wathini banibani say investigation ke lo ihlukile kunaloko ukuthi wena ufuna ukuphushela nje information yakho isebenza kanjalo ke le media or and all kusebenza ngayo ukuthi ufuna ukuphusha story lesithini then you decide you take the statement or not. Thank you.
Thanks, thanks, Zweli. Mango.
Sorry, Ngozi, I didn't think the questions were meant for me. Unless you want...
There was a question that was asked by Iyo Bankeo, the first speaker, because directed to both of you. I can't remember, man. Piwa, do you remember the question?
Sorry, Stack. The comrades came with similar questions. It was around the issue of Lama press statement. Good babute differently. Good voice or ubene good the press statement. If you have a post to hang again, versus uba. Could see Swaziland News your investigator, so I told a press statement. Yeah, I think it was the same. It was a similar.
Okay, I think I get it, Piwa. Thank you so much. I think I can just use my own experience in JVA when in the I want to. How many of us think our stories must appear on CNN or Al Jazeera? We think we should be on Al Jazeera every day. SAPC even. Now, we can scale it down to say, in South Africa, SAPC has 30 minutes news slot. How do they determine which must go in and which must not? In the newspaper, because they would say really the pages are about 4-5. Nakona and Banganema adverts. You don't have enough space. The point I'm trying to drive would say, anything that happens in this world, and that you are entitled. You can send ZweMart in his statements and he doesn't owe anyone an explanation. Yes. Statements does it fit your standards? Why we go statement because it doesn't fit his now. We go statement to Swat or making absolutely ridiculous allegations. Statement. So I think we must understand discretion is very important. You know, I used to work in a newspaper. They used to say a newspaper is an editor's dictatorship. Because in my journalism, 15, 20, all of you are later editorial lambi work.
Sending 112 to Oslo.
No, I'm fine. Let me just bring some water. So, we discretionary editor, we would see what Leo newspaper must reflect a lot of interest, for example. And I'm talking about a newspaper here, scale up, TV. You can't have the story, for example, from one region. You can't have the story, for example, from one group of people. Diversity, so there are a lot of things that the editor must put into now about whether or not to publish something. But when you issue a statement, automatically it must be reported about. Nale event, invite still part of his. Yes, yabona. SABC. SABC ngabe ne station ekhaya yabona. That's what it is every day. But they don't. We can invite SABC. They will never publish. They will determine bona ukhona lo news wethi lapho. And we must not make this thing. My party will compete. They fight every day. Go and look in South Africa. EFF ni kokela ngabe ANC ni ngafaka ithini. Le DA yakhala uthenisa kancane. Kunomalo. My party very they want to be seen to be doing something. Ngiko EFF for example, and I like to use them as an example. They created their own media. If you look at EFF, it's a well-oiled media institution. They even have a whole floor they named it because they understood they can't rely on TV. They have to create their own platforms. And kudos to the political parties because they've got their own party platforms. Even Democratic News page, they will not. But I think what is all the time, and they are fine with it.
Just to support what Nxumalo is saying. Uyabona mina bayakwathi ngalenye ilanga exercise discretion yami as the editor but yabona ke nangabe le party leni ungasayifaki iphepha lapho kholita kuwa ngathi mina nangabe le phepha leli lakhiwe ngile party le noma ngumholi thini asakavule phela le page lakhe libe na 200,000 store boy because you see in media the moment you claim ukuthi ngoba thina siyabakha ama-politician nema-artist babe famous but sinendlela yethu yokucontrola lokho ukuthi bangasi overpower sitikhanze singasi independent mina nje kwathiwa hayi nangabe awusafake ke lona noma le party le phepha litakuwa ngathi no mina ngibhale amaphepha la international le phepha lakhiwa i-collaboration nangikhuluma ka-SABC kuthi awuphuma umuntu ayoliclicka leli phepha noma like because ungive ngikhuluma lapha nangikhuluma ka-BBC kuthi awusuka lelinye liswathi leli kuphi it's a collaboration so i-media nenzaba yamaphathi la ishoko Nxumalo na ungasi careful vele ungeva ngathi vele yalaze lafa liphepha alibulawa ngumuntu alakhiwa futhi ngumoya imedia is an institution fana ne-judiciary ngeke uthi nje la kungahamba Roma debate sekude inkantolo just because akusekho Roma debate ngiyabekisa ne-media is an institution is not ZweMart media that's why imedia uyayibopha na ikubhale kabi awubophi ZweMart ubopha le media lo PTY Ltd as an institution and when you go to court ufike kubuka ukuthi ulanzeleni imithetho tsite ukuthi umthinzile kungakukhanza lapha kuthi uthinziwe iphindile vula kade wangaphenduli ngilomgomo so lana we dealing with a situation whereby sizama lokucontrola lokulwa kwalamaphatha silomunye hayi vele nawakafaki lena sekuphelile kwakho hayi yabona ke ngalo sakude kwakho sikujwayele lento lethi ngithi kufana yini lokho the music yabona singahlala nje singabhali ngabekisa ngaphathi tsithi kuphele inyanga but ichubekele
sothulele ngala
awusange
no ngithink bosocedzile ngoba
yeah bengisaphetha ukuthi le media yema lokusebenzisana kwamaphathi ukuthi media wonke umuntu afune kuvela we must control that so that istokhwalo ukuthi sisebenze kahle ayibeke kahle Nxumalo wathi inyezivumi vele i-dictatorship ya-edit nakathi yes uthi yes ngiyakufaka lokho nakathi no uthi no unezizathu takhe futhi naye to lokho ngifaka for today because sengifake kakhulu asengiyobuka maybe story semgwaco noma segender sengifake kakhulu temadvodza so sisebenza kanjalo nje